will never pretend to be another. I will never want to be another. I will not change who I am just to fit in. I am me. I am not perfect, but I'm working on myself. Working to become the best version of myself. I am working on myself to continue to expand my own self through my own work, in my own way. I am me.
All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. All right. I am going to put my disclaimer on here before I welcome in my guests. Tonight's show will be a panel of individuals that would join me on the topic of what we were talking about on yesterday. All right. So I want to give my disclaimer, and it says, "Hey, baby. Hey, Angel. My disclaimer is Confidence Coach Sean is a certified confidence coach. That means I went to school to be a confidence coach. Amen. All right. This is not a church. Hey, baby. Hey, baby mama. This is not a church platform. Please do not add people off my page trying to minister to them. God is in the center of everything. This is a platform not to judge anyone. Let's make that clear. We don't judge anyone. All of us go through something. You have now entered the no judgment zone broadcast. Enjoy the broadcast. Confidence Coach Sean. Yes, I am a confidence coach. So I might say some things that make you say ouch, but that has nothing to do with you. I would never, ever, 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 and let me make this statement, my disclaimer, I would never, ever, 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 and that is tacky. I am a lady. I'm a lady. That's why they call me Lady Apostle. I'm a lady, and I conduct myself as a lady, so I don't have time to be putting nobody else's problems on this where I know I have a high profile. I am a person that attracts a lot of people, and so I would never ever use my broadcast something that was given to me as a gift to target anyone that is not me. Now, if you do that, then that is, if you think that was about you, then guess what? Baby, you ain't that important to me. All right. So I am ready. We know that we have two panel guests. I'm assuming that my other guests did not show up yet. So that is okay. That is okay. Listen, I need all of you guys to do me a favor. Do me a favor. My name is Confidence Coach Sean Atkins, and my motto is being the best version of you. Being the best version of you, baby. That means whatever version you want to be the best version of you. Go ahead and click, tag, and share to 10 people. I'm telling you, this broadcast is not a church platform. I want to make this very clear that I do have some people on here that are from the streets. I do have some people that are prostitutes. I have some people on here that are drug dealers. So we will not be using this platform to, you might hear me say amen, but that's what's in me. Okay, I'm a pastor. But we do not use this to promote any other thing but to give facts or opinions or everyone expressing how they feel. This broadcast has nothing to do with church. We're not we're not doing that. We're not quoting any scriptures. I know two people dropped off because some people want to use this platform. Now, I do have topics where I might have church? Yes, I absolutely. Yes, I'm still a pastor. I'm still an apostle to the first lady. I'm still all of these things. But this platform we do not use for that. And that's just the bottom line. I'm sorry that I have to say this because guess what? Now, you probably say, well, she's supposed to be the apostle. She's supposed to, okay, well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I do have another page. Sean Atkins. You want to then go on that page. Okay, this page is Sean Confidence Coach. That means that I am giving life. See, the problem is with the churches, we tell people that, you know what I'm saying, they're going to get a $50 check in the mail. They're going to get all these things in the mail, but they still leaving out not knowing how to get past life in them. Not getting past life in them. You know, so I just tell them what it is. You know, some people want to get out of here, how to stop doing drugs, how to stop doing these things. And they can't do it sometimes in a church setting because sometimes the pastor is not being truthful. All right, okay, I said that because 9 times out of 10 that the pastor's probably sleeping with the members. Okay, I said that. But listen, let's get to this. So yes, this is a coaching page. So we do have some coaches that are going to come on tonight, and they are going to help us, help you, help me, help everybody, somebody. Amen. I do have some. Please share it to 10 people. Share. If you care. If you share, if you love me, share. We have 14 people. I want to get this up like we did last night. My goal is tonight to have 25 plus. Now we got 23, but I want to get to 25 plus. We get to 30. Listen, if we get to 30 people, yes, there will be the person who does share to someone. Please let them know to let me know that you are the person that recommend them to come to this platform. If you are the person that may have 3 or 4 or 5 people and they stay on the whole entire hour, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a $25 seed. Oh, yes. Confidence Coach said that. I'm going to give you a $25. I'm going to cash out you $25. So, God, okay, on here, Soraya, you may call me Sean on here. I know that I am an apostle, but this page is not a church platform. This is for my peeps, my people. All right. So Monica Shay has to comment on here, and she has to make comments. Let me know that she's on here. Whoever gives the most, I will give a $25 off money, okay? And I'll cash app you. But the person must be commenting and interact for the whole time that we are on here. So I'm now challenging you. It might be $25 this week. Next week might be $50. Next week might be $100. Who knows? So tag 10 people, get them on here. But I'm about to bring one of my guests on here now. Her name is Lisa. Yes, she is an apostle, but she's more than that. She's more than an apostle. You were her. I think her. Yeah, her thing does says Apostle Lisa Graves. But her name is Lisa Graves. She's one of my tribal best friends. So she will be on here. And then we will have Jamel Broadnax, and he will be coming on a little later in about probably another 20 minutes. Okay, so Shada Stone. All right, so she invited you on here. All right, Shada. All right, thank you. Come on, let's get these numbers up. Right now we are at 15, so we got 10 more to go to get me at 25. If we get to 30, all right, come on, Lisa McMore and Niecy Wilson. All right, let me see. I need to see them tagging. I need to see them saying something like Soraya said that Shada is the one that invited her on here, and she is commenting. So they have to comment the whole entire time. Ashley, Shada, okay, all right. Come on. If these people are on here, say hello, hola. Okay, if I got some Spanish people, hola, ¿cómo estás? Mi bien. Okay, I got that out the way. So let's understand this. All right, we have now I do have to say this because he is a man of honor. Apostle Timothy L. Warren. I do want to acknowledge him as an apostle. The Bible says give honor is due, but I don't want to disrespect him. This is a platform that is not a church platform, but I would love for the pastors, apostles, bishops, prophets, all those people. But listen, let's get this out of the way. Listen, I'm having a special broadcast on tonight because I will not be here on tomorrow. I'll be traveling to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to visit my father. So please keep me lifted up in prayer. You see, I don't have makeup on. It's just been one of those days where I've been crying all day. So listen, if you have parents, cherish them, love them while they're here, because once they're gone, you cannot get it back. And I'm telling you, my father is my world. He is my world. I am a daddy's girl. I'm a daddy's girl. I'm a daddy's girl. I am. I'm a daddy's girl. So, hey, Jazzy, I want to do a shout out to you. You are a second-time breast cancer survivor. Everybody, let's give those claps to Jasmine Redfield. That is, I call her my coach, because I'm gonna tell you something about her. She's one that coached me when I was going through my breast cancer. So I love her. Also, my husband, I don't see him on here, so he might have came on here just yet. But I also have Timothy L. Warren. At the time he was my covering, and he also supported me. So let's give everybody who has survived life, who survived everything. Let's give everybody a clap. All right. Everybody have my disclaimer. All right, you guys see my disclaimer. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. I'm going to go ahead and call this off, and I'm going to welcome. All right. We have no other than Richard Atkins, my husband. I was hoping to see him on here. All right. So listen, I will not be on tomorrow, so I'm going to miss you guys. I won't be on here Monday. I'm going to miss you guys. But I will be back next Thursday. I'll be back in Greensboro on next Thursday. So please keep me lifted up in prayer. I just came back from Las Vegas 2 days. Now I'm going back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm driving for work. All right, bro. So I'm going to go visit my dad. I believe in healing power. So I'm going through, I got to go churchy for a minute, but I believe on the laying of hands. So I'm going there, fasted up, prayed up, and laying hands on my father. I truly believe he ate for me today. So I'm so happy that he is doing well. But let's go ahead and invite my guest on here, no other than the lovely, the beautiful Lisa Graves. And we are so excited. Last night, come on, fight these people over there. I'm at 17. Listen, we had a great time on last night. When I tell you, we all had a great time. So I'm going to go ahead and get Lisa Graves on here. The beautiful Lisa Graves.
Hey.
All right, Lisa.
Can you hear me?
Lisa. Coach Jam. Lisa, and Coach Jam. All right.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
I'm just letting all my peoples know, because these are my peoples, that I will not be here on tomorrow at 5:00 a.m. to be with my dad, to be with my daddy, my papi chulo. Be with my papi. So I'm excited. Let me tell you something. I'm a woman with many hats that I have to do a lot. This came from Las Vegas, and we did affirming an apostle there, and we had a great time. And now, in about a month, we'll be going to Memphis, Tennessee. Yes, I'm going home, y'all. Yeah, so I'm going home to Memphis, Tennessee, and we have a ball, and we are doing a consecration on a bishop. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what we talked about on last night. All right, your peeps, y'all ready? Let's go. We talked about relationships on last night. We dealt with some things about a woman, and we dealt with some things about a male perspective. So I know that Jamel will be on. Nina did not come on. So hopefully she'll come on. And we had an awesome time. So we're going to do a recap and we're going to talk about the relationship, the difference between a boy and a man, and a girl and a woman. And we're not talking about, genders, but we're talking about stepping up being a man and stepping up being, you okay? Okay, so I know she froze not, but dealing with different things on a woman. Thank you. My assistant is on here. Different between a boy versus a man and a girl versus a woman. And when I tell you, it was awesome. We had a great time. I know Jasmine Redfield on here. I'm telling you, she's definitely gonna like this. So we were talking about a man. And what, as a man is a one who plans for the future, is financially secure, working towards achievement. She logged off. Working on achieve long work goals. A boy is the person who barely is in the present for his own short fulfillment. And a lot of times we are jumping into a relationship, not knowing who the person is. Okay, laptop died. Knowing who they are. So we had a lot of great comments that we had posted on here. And when I tell you, we have so much feedback. And I even gave the example how we had what's his name? Oh my God, I can't think of his name all of a sudden. He's a bishop. Creflo Dollar. There you go, Creflo Dollar. And Creflo Dollar he had this, I think this like a 2-minute segment where he said, do you know what's your credit score? He said, do you stay with your mother? Do you hit your mother? Do you hit your woman? How many times you been in jail? What's your credit score? These are things that we do not talk about because, listen, I gotta go. I always go a little churchy slightly, and as church people, we never talk about the things because it's so taboo. Or you might be raised in the church and might not be a leader, and we don't talk about sexual stuff. Okay, we don't deal with like, for example, how many meals hey niece, do you like how many meals you like to have cooked? The women, do you like to dress up when your man comes home from work, or do you look the same way when he left? Do you expect the man to pay for everything that you do? These are things that we were dealing with. And I truly believe that a true man is one who's respectful, modesty, chooses his own battles, responsible, and accountability. And so we dealt with that, and then we dealt with from a woman's perspective, hey, best friend, and how we dealt with the difference between a woman. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at my notes. A real woman is confident. She cares about her appearance, discipline, not insecure, and not expecting a man to pay for his dinner. Now, pay for her dinner, but so you have some men that will pay for the woman's dinner, that will open up a door. But you have some men that don't know how to be a man. Come on, let's talk on this evening. Come on, let's conversate on this evening. We don't have some men that they might like certain things, and they don't speak about these things when they're courting each other. And what happens is we get into these relationships and we are not asking the question, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Do we wait till till we get in these relationships and we get married, and then we find out who the person truly is. So we don't ask these questions. I know the last week before that with Jamel Broadnax, I'm gonna tell my own self. I talked about me being a alpha female. And so a lot of men that were on here wasn't in agreement with that, which, it really didn't matter if they were or were they not. And some men have a problem with, being in a relationship with an alpha female. It's I can speak about me because I know I am one of those women that that knows what she wants. I have a 5-year plan. I strive for those goals. I know what I want to do and where I want to go in life. You never have to I'm married, but my husband never had to try to figure out what it is. So a lot of times we're saying alpha female and not knowing what an alpha female is. And the alpha female is a woman who's confident. She's assertive and dormant in her leadership role. Yes, before I met my husband, I was already an established apostle. So there's some things about me that I am very assertive. I'm aggressive. I'm a very aggressive. I'm an aggressive person, not meaning as aggressive in the relationship, but I just know what I want. I come straight shoot. If I don't like you, I don't like you. You ain't gonna have to guess. I'm gonna tell you I don't like you. If I don't like certain stuff, I'm not going to do it. But then with in the church world, come on, let's talk about church world a little bit. That a lot of them are male pastors. So if they marry somebody who's in a leadership position as an apostle, such as myself, they might be a little bit, because I operate very heavy in the prophetic. So, I'm just bringing that up as an example of me being an alpha female. I'm very ambitious. I'm very talented. I can do a lot of stuff. I'm very shy. I know y'all don't believe that. I'm very shy, but I know what I want. I know you don't never have to guess what's happening. And some men don't like women that's like that. I don't like men that are bossy. I don't like men that are self-centered. I don't like men who got this beat their chest type thing, because they're trying to take a lack of something that they're missing. I'm gonna get some men mad at me today. I got some of my friends on here that's lacking in missing something, and that's what the woman is too. We dealt with some things. Lisa was on here. We dealt with some things about what if he couldn't do certain sexual stuff? Do you still stay with that man because he is a great man? It's men that are I like to say verbally abusive are usually the ones that are lacking some things in their lives. We're waiting on Jamel. He should be here back in another 4 minutes. There's lacking. I'll be on to talk about that soon. I'm going to tell what they're lacking. Oh, come on. Because I want to know from a man's perspective, and I also want to know from a female perspective. Now, we might go be on here a little late tonight. I'm looking at 9:30, 9:45, somewhere around there. But I want to we can talk about it as from a woman perspective, because we do have Jamel Broadnax, and he is watching. But Lisa, we're going to talk about something that, what? Come on. That's good. I will put some of your comments up here. If you want to post, it will get posted up here. But listen, Lisa, let me say something. We're both alpha females. Yes, I can hear you. We're both alpha females.
Yes, we are.
So a lot of people can be very intimidated by an alpha female.
Yeah.
So what is your perspective? Because you're alpha female.
Yeah.
So won't you tell our viewers, come on, guys, we're at 17, we were at 22, and we went down. What do you feel about alpha females, being an alpha female?
I tell you, another attribute of alpha female is we're very strong. We're very persistent, and we're very influential. We're very we can coach anybody into doing anything almost that's going to benefit them. That's the strong attribute, about us, and good coach, counselors, mediators. And so what I come across as an alpha woman is that there are those other types of women, somatic women, people. We have all kind of different types of you have the alpha, the beta, the somatics. They a little bit can be a little intimidated.
Right.
With the alpha, because we can seem bossy. We don't mean to be bossy. It's just we're more assertive. We can be passionate. We're very passionate as well, because we see it and want it more than you do almost. And and we just want you to do it and do it this way so it can be done and get it on, right? So we're very organized, very organized, very prestigious on how it should be done. If you really just listen, and yeah, you're going to tweak it being at your own character. We understand that because you are who you are. So, but I found out, as people, when people say you a strong woman, you a strong woman. Lisa, you strong. Lisa, my family would say that all the time. And I'll be thinking, ain't nothing strong about me. I going through a lot, y'all. And yet they keep saying I keep popping back. But I didn't see it, but they kept saying you strong. You strong. So I have a lot of people, when you see people saying you're strong, they are referring to that alpha in you. Okay. And then you might be operating in a beta or somatic, to where they're trying to let you know you're more an alpha, because you don't see yourself as that strong person. So, even my eye doctor, do you know your eye doctor can tell you your personal trait? It's crazy. And one thing he said was, you're an alpha. Told my ex-husband at the time he was an alpha. So you can actually they call it an A. You're A. So you believe it or not, your eye doctor can tell you your personality, your characteristic. It's amazing what your body can tell you about yourself. That's why meditation is so strong and so important. Believe it or not, excuse me, because when you find out who you are, then you can grow into it. Sometimes it's hard to just jump into it, but you start to grow into it. You start to really accept it. Because one thing about alphas, we have to really take on our responsibility. Alpha people, they do not make excuses. We have to take the responsibilities for our actions. No ifs, no buts. There is not even an option. So when you take a responsibility of your own action, what you say, do, and act, then that lets you know too how alpha you are. And there's different levels of alpha, schematics. So you just have to know what yours is and where you stand in those betweens. Okay. And then you just grow and grow, within that energy of an alpha.
Now I have a question. Do you think that we're born as alphas, or do you think, or do you believe, like, for example, my father was a type that he said don't ever have a dependent on a man. And I've been in some relationships where I found that to be certainly true.
Yeah.
So do you think that I was born an alpha, or was I made alpha through my father?
Well, I'm gonna say this, both. Because like I said, if you could tell through my eye gate what I am, that's a DNA thing. Okay, that's a DNA inward thing that you were born with.
Okay.
My mother, my grandmother who brought me up, and then seeing my mother, they all and my auntie, all women in my family. We had mostly women than men because it seemed like every man seemed like they just couldn't handle. We all were alpha. Even my siblings, my brother, even he's an alpha. So
Mhm.
all of us are alphas because we watch our single mothers go out there and handle the business on their own.
Okay.
They did things on their own. They did the yard, they mowed, they did what if paint, they everything, honey. I was probably 12, 13 years old, and I was putting a phone line together when it messed up. So I was doing electrician.
Okay.
I was lighting up the old gas stoves. I learned all that because learning from my mom. My grandmother was definitely an alpha. She walked to work, rain, snow, or sleep. She didn't always depend on a man. And when she did, it was because for groceries. Take me to the grocery store, things like that. But most of the time, a majority of my life, I've always seen women work and do for themselves and for their children. The men came in, and when they came in, when we saw them, they was doing their part. But we always seen them be more assertive over the woman. I mean, over the man. Yeah, we've always seen them a little of assertive than the man, and yet the man still, like when my aunt, she became like my uncle, they became my real role model of what
Mhm.
family looked like, but you know, seeing him as a man work, he had two children, he worked, he had two, three jobs. He was an army guy, social worker, and mailman. Okay. Then my auntie was a school teacher, and Sunday school teacher, she did all that. And, say my grandmother worked in the school system. So on. My mother was a CNA nurse. So we always seen them do it. And sometimes I think it's built in us, it's grown, it's our DNA. But yes, I think also we grow into it. Even I was a type of person when I was young, I was very timid and quiet. I'm like, Sean, I'm very shy. You would never know that.
Mhm.
But I was shy. I was one of those ones that I was shy. I played by myself. I did things by myself. I ate lunch by myself, and
Yeah.
they came over to me. I didn't go and join the group. They came and joined me. Okay, so I could be in any group. I could be in the popular group, the white group, the Korean group. I could be in any group. I was with the what you call it, the sports group. I could be in any group because I was just, that's what alpha people do. We fit in anywhere.
Right, right. And so we have Jamel Broadnex who's getting ready to log in. He's about to log in on right now. Because a lot of men are intimidated by the alpha
Mhm.
female. And so they're thinking that the alpha female means I'm sorry, that the alpha female means controlling. No, that's not what an alpha female is. She's successful. She has occupies a position in authority in her community workplace. Alpha females often described as intimidating by men and women that are alike. But an alpha female is a confident leader, social by uh, physical, strong, more oh, I want to read that one. Sorry, I'll read that one later. A tall, powerful, forceful woman. And so, as a woman, we know what we want in even in the man, even in the man, we know what type of relationship that we want to be in. And it's not the fact that we're trying to um they should stay in their place and not go ahead of the man. But all honest women can do anything they feel, oh, the man feel they should stay in their place and not get ahead of the man. But all honest women can do anything a man can actually do, and that is
That's
true.
true.
That
Good.
is
Good.
true. That is true.
Good comment.
Even in the church, even in the now we have a home, we have order to the home.
Yeah.
And we have things where you heard some men say, well, behind every great man, he's having trouble getting on. Behind every man, and I'm like, behind? Why are we have to be behind a man? I mean, why? And I know some leaders on here like, yo, okay, I knew she was like that. No, but you have to understand that, we wasn't designated to stay at home or to the clean. Because listen, with my parents, I seen my dad in the kitchen with my mom. She might cook that, and he might cook this. And I know some men that don't have a problem helping their wives in the kitchen. They don't have a problem. Like if he's on the grill, she might be cooking the sides, and then they might wash it together. There's some men that have had mothers that have raised them in such an awesome way, or like my dad. I was growing up where my dad had if he was outside grilling, my mom was in the kitchen. She cooked the sides. He came in, put the stuff in, then he went in and he washed his dishes. That's what he did. And a lot of men feel like, we're supposed to just bury children and beat your chest and come here, woman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. That's not society. There's nothing wrong with a man helping a woman out, sharing the responsibilities in the home. Yeah. Sharing the responsibility in the home. Because listen, because the man might work and the woman might stay at home, don't think we don't work, because guess what? We are mothers. Some of us are first ladies. Some of us are pastors. Some of us are sisters. Some of us are daughters. Some of us, and we have a lot of roles and hats that we put on. And so guess what? We get tired too. So guess what? And then pick up behind the children, because we might have some younger children or some grandchildren or whatever, and we have a lot of stuff that's going on to the point where guess what? I might not feel like cooking. I might not feel like cleaning nothing. I throw some rolls in my hair in a minute and let it down, but like, bam, that's it. But I want to have that day where Sean just want to be Sean. Sean just want to be Sean. And so a lot of times, all right, I'm starting seeing people. If you invite somebody, please make sure you comment their name, and I must see them comment. If I don't see them comment, I can't do what I do. Okay, so but I know what I want. I told my husband, I want to buy a house. I want no more kids. I
feel you.
I'm glad he had 7, so I didn't have to have any more. Okay, but yeah, so we shift. All right, Jamel, come on, baby boo. Wait, you come on. So we as alpha females, we just know what we want. I just truly believe we're just stronger in that area. We are stronger in the area, and sometimes we have to be the alpha female, because of some of the things that we had dealt with. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I'm waiting for Mr. Jamel Bronex. No more dependence. Listen.
Absolutely.
No more on that, hubby. A to the man on that. Men should be allowed to do. Men should allow women to be free to do what they feel and do regardless of their gender roles. Elaborate on that. All right. Elaborate on that, because I'm gonna tell you something. You have some men that they just want. All right, here we go. We got the bishop. We got some men
Lord, have mercy.
We have some men that just be like, listen, woman, you gonna do this, woman. You gonna do this, woman. You know, Monica, my husband, Richard said hello. Richard, he said hi to everybody. That are intimidated. So I know there was something that we asked, and I was saying with Jamel about men are lacking in areas because of that. So I want you kind of elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, I would be. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, I'd be happy to elaborate on that. Now, oh boy, y'all got your popcorn? I hope you got your popcorn out. So if you don't know me by now, have a song that says, "If you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me." Ooh. Y'all know I can sing just a little bit too. So if you don't see Deborah already laughing, she laughing already. I ain't even said nothing. Okay,
you laughing already?
Yeah. So y'all already know I'm gonna say what I want to say, how I want to say it, where I want to say it at. Okay. It's called Little Dick Syndrome.
You know what?
I'll see y'all laughing, and it's funny, but I am so serious. It is called Little Dick Syndrome. Okay? Listen, what the men are lacking, and even though I'm calling it, I know y'all tired of hearing that word. I know the saints' ears are burning. Oh, help me, Lord. Throw some oil in your ears, okay? Because I'm going to say it one more again. Little Dick Syndrome. All right. But what it is a man feels small about themselves for some reason. For some reason. It may be now, you can't help your genetics. You can't help your biological makeup. If you got a little dick, you got a little dick. I mean, I'm just saying, you can't do nothing about that. Some women say is not the size of the ship, but it's the motion of the ocean. So you got to know how to do. I don't know if it's true, but you just got to know how to do. What you need to do. Like I be saying, do the best you can with the best you got, and but I'm gonna make this metaphorical. I used the human anatomy, but it's men act out. Men act out when they feel small about themselves, Sean and Lisa. That's what I'm saying. Men act out because Monica. Men act out because they feel small about themselves. Okay. Yes. And sometimes it may be related to their biology. It may be related to their sexual. It may be their height. I'm not tall. I cuss a lot. It just comes out. But I'm gonna try to refrain from it. But I'm not tall. Okay. But you know what? I ain't never had the Napoleon syndrome. Never in my life. I didn't even. And Sean, I'm not just talking about that. Okay, I'm talking about height now. Is what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I ain't never had that problem either. Okay, I'm just saying. God is good. Amen. Thank God for His blessings. Amen. But what I'm saying, never mind. Because what I'm saying is what I'm saying is this: like, a man feels small. You don't have to be small to feel small. So this don't really have. It may have something to do with height. It may have something to do with what's in a man's underwear. It could, But it doesn't matter what's there. If you feel small about yourself, it could be mentally, you don't feel smart. Okay. Some of these men are aggressive because they dumb. Some of these men are aggressive because they see themselves. Now they're not dumb, but they see themselves as dumb. They see themselves as stupid. Okay. Men are responding to you, ladies. Here's the key. These men's, I said men's. I was raised in the country, but these men are responding to you based on how they see themselves. It ain't got nothing to do with you, baby. It's all about how they see themselves. If they calling you names, they don't feel good about themselves.
Wow.
See what I'm saying? So they feel small in some way, you know. So I'm just saying. I could say a lot more, but I'm gonna digress. And if you
I have a question.
Yes.
To Jamel.
Oh.
How, I know we have to know ourselves and love ourselves, and our journey is ourselves. But in some type of way, even as a female, we know that could be why they're doing it, to compensate for the bad state. What is it that women can help? I mean, I'm the kind of person, like I said, I'm an alpha, so I just kind of like take the role, you know. I'm gonna make it big. You know what I'm saying? So, but how can a woman go about increasing that part? I mean, I know he got to do his self-worth, but how can a woman help or assist in their partner's help with boosting that area of the bedroom?
Oh, you specifically talking about the bedroom?
Yeah, well, because you said that's what that's why they're mean, aggressive, and
not just because of the bedroom.
Such a way it could be that they could be, if it is that part. Okay. Let's just say that, because like you said, there's many reasons why they feel they are short of. But let's say it is the bedroom factor of their, little syndrome. How do the woman help to bring confidence in that area? I mean, you know what I'm saying? What can we do is fit?
I understand. I think it's a good question. And I think this could also relate to any of the other ways that men feel small. The answer I'm about to give. Now, first of all, let me say this. Relationships are built on honesty. Okay, they should be. Now, I want to say this. This is why I think last week Sean and other people were talking about the questions you should ask before you get into a relationship. So, if you're not satisfied now we're talking sexually. If you're not satisfied sexually, you're not satisfied sexually. But, if you as a woman, if you are satisfied sexually with that man, then praise him. Let him know. Just that's what I would say. Let him know, baby, I love the way you do this. And I love, baby, that was, that you rock my world, whatever you say. Huh? What happened?
Lisa over there doing.
Oh, I ain't looking. I wasn't looking. But baby, you can tell him, hey, you rock my world. I love everything about you. Praise him, make him feel, if you mean it, if he does satisfy you sexually. And if you're not satisfied, doesn't mean you have to leave him, but you got to be honest. You got to be honest with him, even at the expense of possibly hurting his ego. I'm just going to be honest. Because that's the only way you can help him. Because in this modern world, there's a lot of things you can do. There's pills that you can take. You can encourage him to talk to his doctor. The doctor will recommend various treatments that would help with his sexual performance. There's no excuse not to be sexually satisfied in this day and age. Okay. So you know, first of all, if he satisfies you, praise him. If he doesn't satisfy you, be honest. Even at the, oh my God, Deborah, I don't know what
You
to
know
do.
what, Deborah?
Even at the, but even at the expense of, I don't think they can add nothing to it. I mean, but even, but see, okay, this probably is not appropriate. So I'm not going to say too much because I'm thinking
it's only grown up.
this might be. I'll be honest with you. You can reach out to me for private counsel. I had a woman, one of my members, when I had the big church and all that stuff. One of the ladies came to me and she said, my husband gained weight and his penis shrank. And she said, I can't feel it no more. He did satisfy her initially, but he gained weight. And a lot of y'all don't know that when a man gains weight, that the penis goes in, it shrinks, depending on where the weight is gained. Okay, that does happen. All right, and that's what happened to her husband. And I gave them counsel. But reach out to me. I'll give you private counsel. But you got to realize that you can, and this is not a sexual education class. Maybe we can do a show on that one day, Sean. But there's other ways you can please your man and your woman. Okay, men talking to y'all. There's other ways you can please your woman if she likes other types of other types of pleasure her in those ways, and that don't be afraid to take off your religious restrictions. The Bible does not regulate sex. The Bible does not regulate the bedroom. Matter of fact, your Bible says that the marriage bed is undefiled. You hear me? So you can't go wrong in the marriage bed. You can swing on the chandeliers if you want to. Do jumping jacks on the bed. I don't care what you do. You can do all of that. I mean, you probably won't get much pleasure out of it. Might lose some weight, but you do whatever you want to do. But there's other ways you can please your man, your woman as well. But don't be afraid to explore. Don't be afraid to, hey, go to the what's them places? Go to the sex store together. Go to, y'all married, y'all together. Don't be afraid. You scared that the saints gonna see you walk by? Shoot, I'll
be waiting.
They probably doing stuff nastier than what you planning on doing.
Right,
so y'all go in the store together, find some tools that can help you to enjoy it better. So that's all.
Now I have a question. But what do you do? And I want to come from a male perspective. We talked about being verbally abusive. But do you believe that it's okay for a woman to ask a man questions about who he is when they're courting?
Yes. You said, is it okay? Do I believe it's okay?
Like she might ask, have you ever been in jail? Have he ever been abusive in a previous relationship? How many times he been married? I think once somebody said put Social Security with Social Security number. Credit score. Do he plan? Where did he work at? Do he plan on getting want to buy a house in the future? Do he want to have kids? Those are questions I truly believe that we should be able to ask each other during the courting part of a relationship, because guess what? I feel like that it is important that we ask these questions, because they might have a credit score of 400, and the wife might have or potential wife or whatever have a credit score of 700. How do you work that in when you're courting each other? Do you do it over the phone? Do you do it over dinner? How do you work that in?
Okay. I think that you should do it honestly. Okay, so you have to kind of be wise. Some of the questions might be appropriate, but now with me though, there's nothing off limits. Okay, and I think it should be brought up in the courting even before the first date, if possible. When you're talking on the phone.
So you're talking on the phone, say, "Hey, what's your credit score? Hey, what's this?"
Well, People don't even talk on the phone anymore, but I
they
guess
don't.
Yeah,
And
no,
text,
that's the
inbox,
problem.
whatever.
some people don't even go dates anymore. We
They,
don't
yeah,
do dates like
Yeah.
they don't.
those little things are so important. It's
Yeah,
so vital. I think courting is the best way you
me
Yes.
too.
to know a person because
Yes.
I want to know, have you ever hit women before?
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
know. Do you know what I'm saying?
You
Do you
know,
let the pass gas in your sleep? I want to
And one thing I've
and
noticed
I would
that
still
if
say
you date long enough, if you date long enough and court long enough, you're gonna have those little issues that come up. Then you get to
sure.
really see those anger points, and
Yeah.
right.
you see those red flags. I have a white
Absolutely.
flag, a red flag, a yellow flag, and a green flag.
Yeah.
To answer your
I got many
question,
flags. So yeah,
to answer your question, when do you bring it up from a male
Yes.
perspective?
yeah,
Yes.
I would still, I heard what you said about the phone, but I'd still say the same thing. It's something you should bring up before the first date. A lot of those things, when you're trying to get to know each other, when you're chatting in the message inbox, when you're texting, whatever you're doing, hey, let's get to know each other. Tell me about you. Tell me about your past. Tell me about your previous relationships.
Mm.
You might not say, "Have you ever beat your wife?" or something like that, but
But I think you
why
should know
not?
that. I think because there's some men that have beat on their women or
Yeah.
past relationships. And are they going to be honest about it? No, they're not.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, I want to know. I don't like surprises.
Yeah.
As a woman, I don't like surprises. I want to be able to know Jump Street. Is this going to go somewhere or we're just going to cut our ways? Don't
Now
want you.
I saw. Well, never mind. I just saw a question. I wanted to know what she meant.
My
Um,
ex, okay, here go one. My ex problems never told me to after marriage, and then he blamed me for not asking. Ooh.
that that's a very good point, though. Now he shouldn't have blamed you for not asking, but it also shows you should have asked.
Yeah,
That in the future we need to ask. But a lot of times it's not that you just didn't think to ask. A lot of times because you're in love and you think you got this perfect person. Now, what is Sierra said something about? Yeah. What if?
but if the person who does not wait to court,
Did she mean want to court? What if a person doesn't want to
give
court?
me a little bit more on that, Sierra.
Now, I know the younger crowd may not understand. Maybe they don't understand what courting is. I don't know. I'm just taking for example. But courting just means getting to know each other. It
Yes,
means
yes.
going out on dates. Why would you not want to court? You want to get to, you just gonna marry some nigga, you need to get to know them. You know, go
Hey,
on.
okay, now since you said that, I have a question. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Back in the day, it took time, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and then they marry. How long do you think it takes a man to know if she is the one?
I think it probably differs for different people because I have heard some amazing stories of people that knew at first sight. It was like
Wow.
a soul connection. Because now I'm gonna tell you, I do believe in soul connections. Some people call them soul ties. So y'all, when we go to church, everybody thinks soul ties are bad. All soul ties are not bad. There are good soul ties and there are bad soul ties. Because even in the Bible, and I know it's not a church thing, but even in the Bible, David and Jonathan said that they were tied to the soul. Okay.
Mhm.
That was a good soul tie. So there's good soul ties. So anyway, that's not my point. But I have seen people that knew immediately. Now, what do I recommend? Even if you do know immediately, I recommend a courtship. I really recommend at least a year, but no less than 6 months before you try to put a ring on it. Because here's what I say, Sean and Lisa. You need to get to know somebody in all 4 seasons:
mm,
summer, spring, winter, and
mm,
fall. You need to know them in all 4 seasons. If you get to know them in all 4 seasons, you'll see all sides of them. because there's people act different in the summer than they do in the winter. People act different in the spring than they do in the fall. Get to know them in all 4 seasons before you make a decision, and don't ignore the red flags. Stop painting red flags green.
Yes. Yeah. Baba.
Shit a bull.
Baby.
I mean it. I mean it.
That's true. I agree.
Men do it and women do it. Stop painting red flags green. You know what you know. You see what. Do y'all realize that y'all are intuitive people, men and women? You know what you know. Stop ignoring not just the flags. Stop ignoring yourself.
Ooh.
You know what you know.
Yeah.
Stop ignoring yourself, because that still small voice, and I know I keep taking it back to church. That still small voice that you're hearing inside of yourself, that is yourself, that ain't just yourself. Lisa typing and she on here and can talk. Lord have mercy.
No, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Okay. Well, write it down so you can say it.
Oh.
Because it sounds better coming from your beautiful voice. But yeah.
We're talking.
Stop, listen to yourself. Stop ignoring yourself. Because I bet every last one of y'all at some point, when you ended a bad relationship, you already knew. You go to yourself and you say, I knew it. Something told me. You're right. Something told you. You told you. Or if you want to call it God, God told you, because God is inside of you. And you're supposed to be like Jesus was, one with the Father. And that's the last time I'm preaching tonight.
All right.
I tell you, well, let me ask the question and let's elaborate on that, because I've had it happen where when I did become divorced and meet a guy at the gas station, and nice looking, nice smile, and we smiled at each other, and then he came over. We might as well just stop and go in, just let's introduce ourselves. And we did that. And I think I shared this with you, y'all. And we met, but he started talking crazy. I mean, that was a pretty much red flag when you started talking about coming over to my house. And you just met me, man. And you were already saying stuff on a sexual level. Okay, so that was already a red flag. Then I was like, you try to play it off, be nice. And and he says, so then we gets in the car, we say goodbye, gets me in the car. He calls me. And we're on the phone and we're talking, but before I can get going, it's like he already done started talking crazy. I mean, sexually crazy, like, oh, your body would feel good, da da da. What do you like about sex? Okay, so and you just starting to meet this person now. This thing you meet a guy on, and you was talking, you meet these on these dating sites, and you have a nice conversation. But then when you get on the phone, the conversation takes a turn where he now starting to want to talk, because he feel like he's comfortable with you now since you've been communicating across the web. So then you get on the phone, he's feeling now more, I guess he's feeling very optimistic that you are good friends now. And so we come to know each other a little better. So now he's ready to talk on a sexual level, saying, your voice sound good. Oh my God. Oh, you making me rise and da da da. Oh, we gonna get together.
And that's when you say,
okay, so is that a red flag for a woman? Because I told the guy, don't call me no more. That was very disrespectful. I don't appreciate it. And I'm just not that type of girl. I don't know what kind of girl you would be in me, but it must be in yours, because I don't even talk the kind of language you talking right now. Because we was using those street languages and stuff that the younger people use. And I'm like, so you're trying to be too young at the age that we're at, So as a woman, how do we, even though we like the guy, we would have a good conversation, and here it goes. A woman, like you said, we can discern. Here it go. It's coming. Okay. I know it's gonna come. So how do we respond to that? Do we respond even if we like him? We felt comfortable with him, and now we're feeling now a little uncomfortable because we're not ready for that yet.
So let's answer the question. I mean, I don't know if Sean made me give a female perspective.
From my perspective, I set boundaries.
I do too.
He said, "Oh, you sound good." Okay, Mister.
Yeah.
We now need to have a talk, because what do you want from me?
Yes.
That's a good question.
What do you want from me?
That's what I say.
Are you looking for sex? Are you looking for companionship? Are you looking for friends? I want to know, because before you talk about how I sound good, I think the old people say, you got bedroom eyes. You won't see eyes in the bedroom, okay?
That right there. Yeah, that right there. That's what they say.
That all the time. Those very words. You have bedroom eyes.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that since I was a little child. To be
honest
with you. Them old women.
I've been hearing it too. Yeah.
I'm serious. I didn't know what it meant back then, but
so
I'm gonna give a little slightly different answer, just slightly. Okay. I'm gonna say to you, to women out there, and to men as well, because we get that too, guys. Not just women that get that. We get women that come across strong sexually.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say is it depends on the energy between you. Okay, it depends on what if there is a chemistry and if there is a sexual energy, okay, and that's what you want to explore, that sexual energy, then okay, that's fine. You tell him right back, your voice sound good too, baby. Whatever. But if that's not the energy, if that's not where you are, but then like Sean said, and I think Sierra said, that's where your boundaries come in.
And another thing too, we as women and men, we just, like you said, the energy not there, because you could be interested in someone, but and you don't want to run them away because they're maybe are being like a little curious, to getting to know you on that level now, because they feel like they cross that boundary. We from the internet, we on the phone. We from the streets, we on the phone, right? So, like you said, that energy, I get it. So basically, we just have to be honest that, hey, I don't feel comfortable talking about that right now. Can we just go to something else and let's discuss where we are going? Yes, because women, we always feel like we have to engage in certain ways with a man to keep that man interested in us. When we have found out that we don't have to. He either gonna like me where I'm at, or like me not where I'm at. You know what I'm saying, on that level.
Y'all do know us men sometimes can be a little slow and dumb. We might be missing the clues. We might think that you're giving a hint that this is how you want to go. So just be honest and say, hey, I'm not ready for that yet. If you really like him,
Okay.
So I say but you know what? But if that's where you are, and that's the kind of energy y'all got, because let's be honest with it. Some people sleep together on the first date, and I'm not here to judge you. If that's what you do, hey, y'all feeling each other like that, and that's what happened. That's between you and them. I ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't sleeping with. Well, I said I'll never say never, but I don't think I would sleep with anybody on the first date. I don't think, but I would never say never. But but if that's what you do, y'all feeling each other like that, that's on you.
Yeah.
I can't fix no. That's right.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. So we dealt with some of the things, and that's okay. Now I'm gonna elaborate on something, because we have some younger generation on here that believes that and to me, well, I'm gonna say like this. I'm gonna ask the question, and then I'm gonna tell you what I believe first. The younger generation, and they think it's okay to sleep with someone on the first or second or maybe third date. My opinion on that is, where would the respect? Because if you slept with him on the first date, then he might just wanted you for a piece of tail. That is my opinion, and I feel like it's the moral and respect thing. Not saying that she doesn't have respect for herself, but we don't. I mean, who knows? But I personally wouldn't do it, because I would want to be treated like a lady. I would want to be treated like a lady. That's just me. I feel like first date, second date, or third date, how can you get to know me if you're in my drawers? I'm sorry, I said drawers, but that is my opinion.
Not a bad word.
And nowadays, that's what they do. I like the, courting, getting to know each other, know what the likes are, what the dislikes are, you knowing who I am, I know who you are, and down the line that happens. But when you fall so quick in the bedroom, I feel like, to me, some people just leave after that. Because what if it wasn't good?
Then I say thank you, because now I know that I ain't got to go out on another date with you, and I'm not gonna marry you because your sex is trash.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. I'm gonna answer. And let me say this. I know what you're saying. I feel everybody, and that's why I said, me personally, like you said, Sean, I'm that's just not what I want to do, sleep with somebody on the first date. But I ain't gonna say I wouldn't, because I used to say never. I used to say never, but now I say never say never, because almost everything I said I'd never do, I ended up doing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We might connect with each other, and all the energy is right, and one thing may lead to another. And we may have sex, and we may stay together forever. I don't know that, but I know somebody said they don't want to be treated like a whore. And that's a personal opinion. But I can't even call you like I won't call you a whore. If I know people that have slept with somebody on the first date, and I would never call them. This isn't about her comment. I'm just saying I wouldn't call you a whore if you did that. That's just a choice you made, and you just got to live with those repercussions, whether they're good or whether they're bad. You just got to live with it. Own your choices.
And you got to think about that word. They say whore, women, whores, going from man to man. And when you see a woman with different men dating, don't necessarily mean that they're in the bed with them. But that's also true. You got to remember too that women are always let go after sex. And then they're looking for love, just like maybe, his way of looking for nurturing. And so then we fall to that, we date, and we fall in this bed with this man. And then next thing you know, he's moved on. And we like, well, what up? I thought, so he never tells you. Some of them get ghosted. Then you find yourself being broken up, and you thinking you're going to be with this man. As women think, when I always tell people that a woman don't open up her legs unless she really likes you. She likes you. She's gonna indulge. In most cases, most women just ain't gonna just I like I don't like him, so you're gonna open your legs up? No.
Let me say this: in our generation, yes,
they do that.
No. Yeah, you're right, Lisa. In our generation and the generation before us, yes. Not in this generation. Absolutely.
Right. No. That's how, and that's how we would come to. And and it's like you said, it's lust. And that's what it goes down to, But then you do have where you are in this relationship for a couple of months, and then it doesn't work. And then now you find yourself in another relationship, and people will view you as a whore. Not just because you're from man to man to man to man, and that's not necessarily true. That she's a whore, and she's being human. She's trying to be and date the man and find the man that would be hers, and he would be she could be his. And so we got to look at it from a different perspective. That calling a woman that just because you see her with different aspects doesn't mean that that's what it is and what's going on, because you have to really look at your life and see, well, I've been there, I've been with, dated with this guy for 2 years, and then he left, and then I'm now with another guy in this 6 months, and then and whether you're in the bed with him or not, it doesn't mean that you still are like you said, I wouldn't call you that. I wouldn't call you a bee or any of that. I would call you human, looking for love, the right person, just trying to, you just have to be careful. But do that lust thing, you fall and prey to that, well, hey, you're human again, if that's what you want to call it when you're doing it. Oh, well. As long as you have a both other understanding, let's do it this one time and we good. Friends with benefits, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's between two people. I don't judge it. But I personally prefer to just look at people as human and know that you have these human urges. Do what makes you feel good, as long as it don't endanger you and any other.
Someone else. So, Coach Sean, let me say this too, because Lisa said something. I'm coming from a male perspective. Something I want women to understand. I know I don't represent all men, but I think I probably do represent quite a few. I want y'all to understand men, because a lot of times men get a bad rap, and we're what's the word? Lord have mercy. We're viewed, I'd say that, viewed as someone that we're not. Like, okay, Lisa gave a good example. We've been in a relationship for a couple months. You gave him sex, whether it's on the first date or the second, whatever. You had sex together. Then in a couple months, he leaves you. Let me say something. In most cases, as a man, it's not about sex. Okay? It's not about sex as far as the ending of the relationship. Y'all got to understand that there is not as much difference in the male and the female as you guys think, as people tend to think. We are just like you. All humans are balanced. We're both male and female. Do you remember in the scripture where it says one of the is like two creation stories? In the first one, where it says God created male and female, both male and female created he them. It's like one creation. There's male and female in every man and every woman. We are all feminine and masculine energy. Okay, so men are not that much different from women than y'all think for y'all. Same things y'all expressing that y'all feel, we feel that same stuff. We feel that. And if the relationship is ending after a few months, it's not because we just wanted to get sex from you the majority of the time and now we're done with you. No, it's something else. Okay, we found out your true colors came out, and it was something else that we decided we ain't gonna deal with that shiggity. That's what that was. It wasn't the sex. Now you go away thinking, oh, I gave him my body and he used me and abused, and you go and you tell that story to people, but that ain't the truth. It's because we couldn't deal with your mouth. We couldn't deal with your messy house. We couldn't deal with the fact that you are needy, and we couldn't deal. It was a lot of that stuff. It wasn't the sex. It wasn't the sex. Because let me tell you what most men do. If they still like you, can I be honest with you? What most men really do, if they like you and they don't like sex with you, or they want more sex, they're gonna cheat on you and go have sex with somebody else.
Wow.
They're not gonna leave you. They're gonna stay with you and go, if it was just for sex. You see what I'm saying? But there is more. There's some other qualities. There's something going on in your behavior that a man has made up in his mind that he ain't gonna deal with it. And that's one thing about a man. When we make up our mind, I ain't dealing with that. We out. I ain't dealing with it. So shouldn't
the man let the woman know? Because there's times I have asked, why did you leave, or why did you go? Because sometimes they go to women worse that you think worse than you. They got more problems than you, and you can and then they come back and tell you all the problems.
That's his problem. He gonna find somebody worse than you. That's his problem.
Yeah. So, but shouldn't you, before you leave, don't we think it's fair for even women? Because women leave too. Women leave.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Right. So shouldn't we talk about that? Shouldn't we say, well, listen, I like you, but I just don't want to put up with this and that, and this and that, and then maybe work on that?
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, love it. Apostle Diedrich Brookins said, some women are crazy and sex make them feel like they have power over you. The power of the and that's one of the things.
I'll say the sanctified way, the power of the puss.
Yeah. They think that's going to keep a man too and stuff.
I want to make this statement. The women think that their cootie cat is powerful. That girl, I'm a freak. I'm gonna do this, and I want to ask you that, because I need some men to comment on this, because men, you get a little quiet. We got all the women on here. I want to know if you're paying attention.
So what was you asking me?
So what I want to ask is, some women think that their cootie cat is so powerful, so oh, I do this, I do this, and I could do it like this, that a man won't leave them.
You are wrong. There's a puss on every corner. Trust me. Your puss ain't that great. Okay? It is not. You know, I ain't gonna say now I've had my share. I'm not gonna say that they're all the same, but they're all pretty similar. Okay. Yours ain't as powerful as you think it is. Okay. You know, I can find a few that's just like yours. I trust me on that. So that's and it's probably the same for men too.
Yeah.
With the women.
I wanted to comment. My husband said,
that's good.
We as men leave without telling because it's an escape. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about.
As a man, I'll tell you what I think he means, and he can say whether this is what he means or not, or he can type it. But yeah, I know what Richard is talking about, though. And a lot of times it's because we don't even use luggage, we use hefty bags and bags. Yeah, a lot of times it's because a man, that's a part of the male personality. Part of the male personality is I ain't gonna deal with this. I don't have to deal with this, and I'm not gonna deal with this, and we just out. You know, unfortunately.
I agree.
Now, Lisa,
I
agree with Joshua.
That's a great opinion, but it's an opinion, and some men are cowards. But also, I want you to see all aspects.
Yeah.
You know, all aspects. You're right. Some men are cowards, but that's not always the case. Sometimes, Lisa, it's because we don't want to argue. We already know the response you're gonna give. We already know.
That's an opinion now. Ain't that's an opinion now?
No.
That comes to where you're putting a projection out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about an opinion. No, I'm talking about what the man's experience has been with his woman. That's not an opinion. That's that man's personal experience with that woman. Okay. He's not basing it on an assumption. You got me? He's basing it on something that might not be all the time, but he's basing it on his experience with her. If she's a mouthy woman, if every time he try to bring something up, she go off and she don't want to listen to him. So in other words, like Lisa, you're probably different and Sean, y'all might be different. If you have already set the stage in y'all's relationship of comfort, where he feels comfortable talking to you about anything, he probably can. But if you have already set the stage or the atmosphere in y'all's relationship where he know he ain't even comfortable talking to you, he just gone.
Now, let me say something as a woman. I feel when a man just up and bounce, I feel like that is a coward. Because now the things why he's leaving could be true. But have enough balls to say, well, I'm leaving, I can't do this no more, I'm done with it. Okay.
I agree
just don't say nothing.
I agree with you.
Because I feel like you just bouncing whatever, but how many times have I dealt with your shit and I'm not, I just done, but I wanted to.
That may be the case.
You know, and I dealt with your boomfoolery, and I stayed in the relationship because of your boomfoolery. But because I told you something that you didn't like, or my mouth got a little too slick, you didn't like it. But what did you do to make my mouth get slick?
Yeah. There's two sides to every story.
Yeah,
and that's not always the case. Now, I personally, you know, I told somebody today a slick mouth turned me on. You know, I said that shit to turn me on. I like a slick mouth. Shoot, because you know I don't.
You're every different man.
Now, y'all say what y'all want to say.
You're every different man. I love it.
Submit to everything I say. I want that slick mouth. We're gonna take that slick mouth to the bedroom. And I'm gonna tell you, all that slick stuff.
I wanna make a comment to my husband.
With your clothes off. Say it again.
I want to make this comment to my husband. It's a car move, but what inmate tells a warden that they're escaping. But my thing is like this. But it's still a little boy's move.
Yeah.
It's a little boy's move. Because my thing is, if we two grown people, then say what you need to say and move out the way.
Yeah.
Don't sit there I'm gonna bounce, or I'm gonna wait till she go get her hair done, or
Yeah.
get her nails done, and you know what I'm saying, and all of a sudden now you know you want to break him, nigga. You could have. Oh, I'm sorry, nigga. You could have been left because
Yeah.
it was your foolery. Oh, come
Yeah.
on. I'm sorry, y'all.
Because a woman don't escape unless she's being abused, hurt, and feel for her life is when she bounced secretly. But you know what I'm saying? But when it
I know, but let me tell you
right.
this,
But it's
so,
not
I'm
always
saying
true.
most
You're
time women usually tell you before they actually leave what's going on, because they warning you, you know. But men, they seem to.
That's not true. Me as
but
a man,
that's not true.
I tell it.
I mean, I'm saying they seem to like not want to share. They say, you tell them, ask them all day long. Well, what happened? Why you leave? Well, I just, you know, and they just, that's it.
There are some men like that, and there are some women like that. But it's
Yeah,
a generalization. I cannot say all women are like that. I cannot say all men are like
All
that.
men. No, we can't say that. No.
Richard, I wasn't, you know, combating, but what I am saying is this. Okay, now he just said it. A woman leads a relationship with her mind first.
Absolutely.
But let me say this. Men are givers. We are receivers. So if you giving me a whole lot of mouth and you disrespecting me and you coming at me sideways, but then when I do, let me say something. My mother always said, a man can't take what he dish out.
That's true. I've seen that.
Yeah. Let me say something.
I have seen that over my 57 years.
You just read. A man leaves with a woman leaves a relationship with her mind first. I'm gonna go back again to saying this is what y'all got to realize, and I'm not trying to be the opposer here. I'm just trying to bring balance to energy.
Exactly.
Here's what y'all got to realize at the same time. I'm gonna say it again. Men are not as different as y'all think they are than women. Everything y'all think, we do the same thing. We check out in our minds first. All of that. Every last bit of that.
And I believe that. And I believe that. I believe that sometimes our mouths can write checks we can't cash. Like that.
Ours too.
And we do stuff that can run a man away.
We do.
But
we run y'all away too.
Women that do that.
Yeah.
You know, that they, but my thing with that is with a woman, if you're going to leave, give me a reason, not have a reason.
Right.
That makes sense? Don't give me have a reason why you left when, nigga, you wanted to, because there was some better.
Yeah.
On the other end of the rainbow, and you were trying to take the rainbow, and then you let me.
You know what? Someone must say, we need some space.
And as a witness, most of the time, it is not. As a witness, most of the time, I'm going to say this, the grass is not greener on the other side.
It's not.
Say that for the people in the back.
Again for the people in the back. As a personal
up at the top.
Most of the time, and up at the top, most of the time, the grass is not greener on the other side. When you get over there, you miss what you had. Now, I know as a witness.
Wow.
I like this. Where'd that comment go? How I look at the comments? I saw something. The problem with today's society regarding relationships is that we have a lot of weak-minded men who struggle with insecurity, so they use negative tactics such as verbal and physical abuse to try to gain and retain control to make up for the inadequacy. He wasn't even on here earlier, that they feel when they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Pardon my French, but you're damn right.
Damn gone right.
What they
and Sean, Coach,
my brother, I agree.
This is why I am so glad you're having this conversation. I don't care how long it lasts, how many days you do it. I am so glad you are having these conversations, because like everything you're saying, you're right. And we got to understand each other. We need to understand how women think.
We do.
Men need to understand how y'all think. Y'all need to understand how men think. But like you said, Sean, you brought up some good points. Like, it's because of, he giving me lip, then I'm gonna give lip back because men are givers, women are receivers. Now, the reason why I'm glad you're having this show is not because y'all bringing out what y'all bringing out and I'm bringing out what I'm bringing out. I'm glad you're doing this show so that people will look at this stuff before they get in relationships, so we won't have these problems. We won't have to be saying this stuff because you will look at it in the beginning, before you commit to somebody. Because I'm gonna pipe down a little bit after this, but this is my thing. My thing is this: not concentrating on asking a woman or a man these questions. My thing is this: my thing is asking yourself these questions about the woman or about the man that you're trying to be in a relationship with. Ask yourself, is he a beater? Ask yourself, does he do this? And then court them long enough to observe and see if they're doing that. Because a man or a woman will lie to you because they just want to be with you. Either they want to get in your drawers or they want you to think they're somebody that they're not in the beginning. That's true. Why you court and you date and you wait. Court, date,
and wait.
Wait.
Court, date, and wait. Court, date, and wait. Court, date, and wait.
Now, I ain't saying don't get in relationships. I ain't saying don't have sex. I ain't saying don't date. But don't commit. Nobody asked questions in the interview. And again, it ain't for me, and I'm not coming against what he said. For me, it's not even, we're asking questions like this right now, but it's not even about the questions you ask them. It's you asking yourself these questions about them and observing and seeing it. Don't believe what they say, believe what they do. Can I say that again? For the people in the back and the people up top. Don't believe what they say, believe what they do.
You know what? Listen. I'm gonna tell you something that is so profound because that is something that I'm learning to your friend. I love your friend. Sai.
Oh, beautiful man. I love him.
Energy is like, dude, it is
off the chain.
And being around him taught me something that I don't have to be on 50 all the time. And I love the way he said, no, I don't want that.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
You know what I mean? He said, no. He said, I'm okay. He said, thank you. But thank you so much, though. I was like, ooh. It was, even though the situation was foul with dinner, but he knew how to bring it down to the point where
take that energy
have to be so. And so it as a woman, when you are around a man who is a gentleman, who is very it helps
tones
to not be so, because I can get excited quick. I'm still working on myself. But it's like you don't want to raise yourself up. It's like, ooh, okay, let me not say nothing. let me say, I want to read these comments. A sad thing is that we have so many wanting to be in a relationship without truly understanding what the relationship entails. They want the title and the status with no commitment. I preached that a while back, and many people want the benefits without the commitment, which is why we do not ask necessary questions or gain the necessary information about someone before committing to them.
Yes. Court, date, and wait.
Court, date, and wait.
I remember I was in a relationship and was courting, dating, whatever you want to call it. I thought we were just friends myself, and he asked me to marry him. Literally got on his, I had 2 guys in 1 week to do that.
I remember that.
Do you remember? 2 guys got on their knees, and I'm presented with 2 rings, y'all. But
Whoa.
You don't remember that song? You don't remember that? That was about 3 years ago.
Yes, we was friends. You didn't know that? Yeah. But we were only friends. One I was with for 5, 6, 7 years. We were just talking, just friends. We met through our business, family. And then the other one was I met, believe it or not, through online dating. And we started and met his family and everything. We hanging out, we having fun, the family. But when I saw that 555, I knew something was going on. But, and before you know it, I was being, you know, serenade for marriage.
What
And
do you guys about online dating? She mentioned that.
Well, we met. Yeah, we met online and talked, and then we met at a meeting place, and we met.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it, Lisa?
How I feel about it? I've seen people who met and gotten married and doing well. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I got my separation and divorce, and my separation, my daughter told me that's how she met her husband to this day almost.
Oh wow.
And when she actually set up the dating site for me, she said, "Mom, you got to get out. You can't. It's time. You know, daddy got here. He gone on. It's time." Because I was just, you know, and she set it up. And then and then as she was setting it up, I'm going to get them pizza. This guy walks up and he opens up the door, and then we get inside the pizza place, and then he started to talk to me and asked for my phone number. I'm like, huh? Well, when I got back in the car, and she done set it up, and then I'm looking at it. I said, "Oh my God, I got about 10 minutes. I'm like today. What is?" She said, "See there, Mom, you're pretty." And I was like, I'm like doing it that way. I like doing the old school way, like he just, you know, I just had a man. You know, that's what I'm used to. I'm old school.
Okay.
But
so I'm gonna answer that
met.
question as well.
But that's how we met, and then we started, you know, just going out, chilling and talking and stuff, helping one another, being there just as friends. And these two cats asked me to marry. I didn't know one was going to do what the other, but they did. But when he was talking about commitment, we like the title, and we want the marriage so bad. We want to experience that so bad that we could get so excited, and we would go,
like she did.
Yes.
Okay. So back to online dating. Let's get.
Yeah, we got 6
online
minutes.
dating.
We got 6 minutes.
Or you get too excited and go to another subject.
Well,
but we did. But
said that online dating is catfishing manifested.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I give my perspective on online dating? Go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, but we so when he was asking, when they both asked me,
let me
I said, I was
talking about online dating, woman.
I'm trying to
asking us how you feel about online dating. You didn't answer. Let me answer.
I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean, I don't prefer it really for myself, but I've done it. I dated, but I prefer to like really, you know, really get to meet you, you know. And I met several ones. I met a lot of them online and went to do a meet and greet, and we still friends today. You know, I mean, shoot, one just gave to the ministry. Come on. So I'm just saying that these two acts, and we could get I'm talking about the commitment. We known each other for a while, and we know all, you know the people, you know, you think you know them, but we could get so caught up in the excitement of it that we would say yes in a minute because we're so excited, and that's fine. But me, I've learned, like you said, court, date, and wait, was to say, well, let me think about it. So I'm telling two guys to think about it. Let me tell you why. I thought I did it because
lady.
I'm telling you my story first because I was doing that before
5 minutes left. She said we have 5 minutes left.
Okay, so they, you know, again, I waited. I already answered the question. I said it was okay.
She was asking both of us. I ain't gonna get the answer because you're gonna
use up the last 5 minutes. Oh, I didn't know she asked you, but I was trying to finish my point. But being committed, you have to really take your time and think about it before, because the excitement of it can be fun. It can be exciting, but you still got to think about it and go through those emotions and let those emotions settle down so you can think about your relationship overall within that courting date. So, but then you start seeing some stuff start coming out, because if they think you're going to say yes, it's almost like they start planning things and saying things that you didn't think that was like, huh? And you start seeing the truth, and Bishop saw what I saw. So with this one, but one was already immediately no, because I wasn't moving to Las Vegas. But the other one, it did take me some time, but I did finally say no, because I start to see the other side. And sometimes if you just wait just a little longer, don't get excited, ladies, when they ask you, and men don't get excited because she seems to be all right now. Just take your time and just court and continue on, and you'll see the manifestations of the real shadow self.
All right. Now, Jamel, Could you answer that question about online dating?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we have to face it that we're living in a different world. That's what I'm gonna make my answer very short. I
Okay.
think we have to face it. We're living in a different world. It's unfortunate in some ways, but people don't know the art of socializing anymore. But it's because of technology, and we're living a technological age. And this is online dating is the way people are meeting now, and we might as well face it. That's just how it is now. So.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's become a part of our society. So that's my answer.
Okay. I agree, but I also too
I feel like old school.
Catfishing and gaslighting. There's a lot of gaslighting.
Yeah.
So,
I've met like Lisa. I've met a lot of good people.
Yeah,
we have.
Online.
I've never tried it myself.
Don't.
You married?
No, I'm talking about before.
Okay.
Before I got married.
Okay.
When I was single. I never got into that.
Okay.
Because some people go. I'm not saying it's for everybody. It's just not for me. I'm gonna say that.
That's good.
It's for It's not for me. Anybody in our audience have a question? I know the numbers shot all the way down from we're down to 10. So we're gonna wrap this up within 2 minutes. Do anyone have any questions that you want to ask any of our guests? You want to say anything? Everybody quiet tonight. Yes, please. Typing that stuff. They were typing away.
They were typing away when we were talking about sex.
Yeah, they was, wasn't
it? Right.
But that's an important part for some people.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It almost seems like that is the relationship besides the money part. Let's talk about that.
All right. Well, we don't have any questions on here. I would like to thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you.
I greatly do appreciate you guys coming on, giving your aspect or your opinions on things, and from a male perspective and a female perspective, it was good. I appreciate everyone that came on the broadcast on this evening. But we're going to wrap it up. We went over 45 minutes, but I knew that Jamel was coming in from work or whatever. But just know that tomorrow we will not have our broadcast on tomorrow, and Monday we will not have our broadcast on Monday because I will be in Milwaukee. Still, I'll be coming back on Tuesday afternoon. I got to go see about my father. Please keep me lifted up in prayer. It's hard when you are the only child. I have no brothers and sisters. So it's only me. And so when my dad calls for me and he's crying, I must go. For me, you don't know, my dad is in hospice. But I'm just believing. I really go in there to pass on the good energy and to pray for him on tomorrow. Because I just know what I've been through with cancer and how I overcame that. And I don't believe it's his time just now. So to thank all of my panelists, my guests, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And we want
please, thank you.
Talk about someone's Lisa, 1 minute. 1 minute. Give the audience your business and what you deal with. 1 minute.
we love her. We know her, but we love her.
Well, I am a meditation holistic coach. So we do meditation at 1519 Bronto Place in Greensboro, North Carolina, every Sunday at 12 o'clock. I also have a channel, Spiritual Walkers on YouTube, where you could go also there and tune in there and get some of the meditations and prophetic readings and things like that as well. But meditations holistically, when we talk about holistic, is a part of your healing process, dealing with different traumas and things, but yet also bringing out your the best version of yourself and dreams, goals, and plans. So that's what it's all about. I look forward to you if you ever need any, social counseling or anything of that nature and help understanding more about meditation and just need a prophetic word. Hey, just DM me. You can look me up or ask Sean for my number or Bishop. I'm right here for you to help guide you into your holistic life.
Yeah. All right. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. Well, listen, guys, we are out of time, but guess what? I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. I'll talk to you guys next week, Thursday. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
I am me. I will never pretend to be another. I will never want to be another. I will not change who I am just to fit in. I am me. I am not perfect, but I'm working on myself. Working to become the best version of myself. I am working on myself to continue to expand my own self through my own work in my own way. I am me.